Men of Athens, I honor and love you, but I shall obey God rather than you. And while I have life and strength, I shall never cease from the practice and teaching of philosophy. Understand that I shall never alter my ways, not even if I have to die many times. That is, of course, a quote from the book we are reviewing today called Apology by Plato. It is Plato's uh, summary or Plato's description of what supposedly the trial of Socrates was like. We have no way of knowing if this was actually legit. Approximate date about 300, 400 BC, so about 2,000 years ago. And Socrates, this wise man of Athens, is a 70-year-old philosopher who wanders the streets, and he didn't ask for any money. He was just really described as this really ugly guy with a big nose and kind of like me, barefoot, no bad clothes, just walked around kind of talking to people and listening and kind of helping them see wisdom in things. And he had quite the reputation around town, and the government back then, right, the higher ups, they didn't like that. They thought that he was corrupting the youth. Because the government back then, they wanted everyone in society to basically be sheep and to not think too much. They wanted them to follow the rules and don't think above the stars or don't think below the earth. Think, what are your tasks, and just do those tasks. Don't think too crazy. Whereas Socrates is over here teaching mathematics and philosophy and things like that, and astrology, right? So they didn't like that. So they put Socrates on trial, and yeah, this book is basically what Socrates, what a wise man is saying in defense of these ridiculous allegations by it almost be like today if someone got up and was standing up against the COVID vaccine, the COVID bullshit, and they got up in front of the government and they were testifying their side of the story, their truth. So I always like to draw some similarities, back then, 2,000 years ago to today. And the government is trying to stop Socrates. They're trying to stop him from supposedly corrupting the youth. And Socrates says, well, the devil you do know is better than the devil you don't, because if you get rid of me, if you kill me, you get rid of me, that void will be replaced. And that is the whole theme of the book. The biggest theme and the most profound wisdom you can extract from Socrates' trial is his description of the universe is that nothing is ever created or destroyed. It only changes form. Things cannot be destroyed. Things cannot be created. They ebb and flow. They come and go. So what I mean by that is, hey, you get rid of me and someone else is going to come in and teach mathematics, astrology, and math and philosophy. And he's quite smart. He's very quick, and he's debating them quite effectively and just bringing up logical arguments and things. That's not really my forte. I do like a bit of debate and whatever, but it's not my specialty. If you want some more insight on the way he's speaking and debating, his debating skills and logic and that, then look at another video. I am more interested in this profound wisdom of, 2,000 years ago, he just knew that, one door closes, another door opens. And you can see that because they say, well, Socrates, we're going to kill you. If you don't stop doing this, we're going to kill you. And then he goes, well, how do I know? How do you know what happens after death? We're fearing something that we don't even know about. We could die. And I think one of the quotes is literally, if you kill me, I'll be scattered throughout the universe. Who's to say that's not better or worse? So Socrates is really like, nothing's better or worse. You can do this or do that. It's not really going to make much of a difference in the big picture, the big scheme of things. And Socrates, I think he knows he can really stand up, and he likes making people look like fools. He likes playing around them and making them feel like fools, because Socrates is like, yeah, I'm a fool. I know that I know nothing, and you think you know, but you don't know. And I'm just going to fuck with you and and help you to see that. So eventually they do put him down. They sentence him to death, and he goes, well, that they read out the votes, and it was 30 people more voted to kill him. And he's like, oh, well, I've already won, because clearly I have some sort of effect here. My words are working and people are starting to catch on. So you can kill me, except it's going to harm you more than it's going to harm me. I'm grateful that I'm standing my ground. I'm standing up for what I truly love and believe in, and that's philosophy. It's the love of wisdom. He loves the wisdom of, he knows who he is and what he's here for, and that's to be a philosopher. And when you combine that with the fact that no energy is created or destroyed, I'll give you a better example here of the create and destroy principle. If you're going to build a house, where do you get the materials to build the house? You need to go to the forest. You need to go you dig up dirt, you get sand, you get whatever fucking ingredients go into building a house. It doesn't just come out of nowhere. And if you want to build an even bigger house, you need to destroy the land that's already there. And even if it's like an old 1800s, 1900s house, you destroy that house and create deeper foundations to build a bigger house. If you want to get better in your health, you need to actually destroy and break down the muscles in order to grow and get stronger. If you want a better relationship, a better intimate relationship, you either need to destroy all of your bad habits that you currently have in your relationship and build better ones, or you just destroy the relationship and you break up with them and you move on to someone else. If you want to have friends, better friends, more empowering, loving, inspiring friends, you have to destroy the current relationships that you have and not see them physically as often, and then create new friendships and new relationships. It's everywhere. If there's something called mitosis and apoptosis, I think it's apoptosis. Apoptosis. Okay, let's look here. Okay, apoptosis is a form of programmed cell death that occurs in multicellular organisms and in some eukaryotic single-cell micro. I mean, that doesn't really matter. It basically means that apoptosis in our bodies means that cells are programmed to die. When cells in our body do not die, that's called cancer. So people who get cancer usually have an inability to see this universal law of create and destroy. Things need to be destroyed in order to be created. It's creative destruction or destructive creation. So the other side of that is mitosis, is new cells being created. So if you didn't have apoptosis, if your cells didn't die, you would look like Jabba the Hutt. Have you ever heard that every 7 years, every single cell in your body is replaced in your brand new body person? So that's the law of the create and destroy. So Socrates is like, okay, I know who I am, and I'm just gonna fucking do that. That's who I am. To be anything else is to be a fraud, to be a liar, and I'm here to tell the truth and to have as much wisdom. And by doing that, he said he's embracing this law of create and destroy. He knows things are going to change. People are so scared of change. They hate it. They run away from it. They fear it. And that leads to them being someone who they're not. When you are who you are and you're sure of it, then you embrace the change and you look forward to learning and you welcome new opportunities. So it's a great book. Listen to the audio book. It's just on YouTube. Pick up, I've just got the Plato book. I'm going to be going through every single book in the Plato Complete Works, edited by John M. Cooper. I just got it on Amazon. It's by Hackett, I think, or that maybe that's the publisher. Anyway, I'm going to go through this whole thick, juicy book, 2 books down. So hope you got something out of it, and you can watch some more videos. So thank you.